Hi everyone, this is daveac and this is my vblog 152 for Friday the 17th of June 2011. Maybe a slightly shorter show today, I'll explain why in a moment, but there will be, as always, a wine at the end. Yes, it's a sort of general roundup show followed by posh music and a posh wine. Yes, I've got lots of little bits of information to get. I had hoped to have a Doctor Who DVD to talk about today. It's a Father's Day present that's on its way from my son, but didn't arrive here today. It's a third Doctor story, in fact the final third Doctor story, played by John Pertwee, and that of course is Planet of the Spiders. So we should have something on Planet of the Spiders for you next week. But we're going to just stick with some basic news. My problem is with my camera seems to be behaving a little bit better at the moment, but one possible cause of it acting up for me the last few weeks could be that the main monitor that I've been using has now packed in, and I've got a feeling that there was some sort of handshaking going on between my computer and my monitor that was causing the video to also glitch. Anyway, basically, my 19-inch monitor is put to one side at the moment. It's probably too old to get repaired for the cost of that. So I'm now on my second monitor, which is my 17-inch, same resolution screen, but 17-inch monitor, Philips one. And I've had to bring in my third monitor to now be my second monitor, a 15-inch one off to the side. But we're not going to be moving the camera around today because I just want to see if things have settled down and we get the camera working properly and it resolves and focuses much quicker if indeed the monitor was the one that was giving us issues. But that's my problems, not yours. I'm here to give you some information. Well, let's go with the podcasting and Doctor Who news. Now, Podshock, Doctor Who Podshock, with Lewis, of course, Lewis, Ken and James, has been changing things about these last weeks as there have been the recent 7 Doctor Who episodes. Now, of course, they've ended, and indeed they ran later in the United States and Canada because of the Memorial Weekend and so on. So now it has finished both here in the UK and in America and in Canada and in Australia and New Zealand, I believe. And what Lewis wants to do is have a review of the first part of Doctor Who. Now, slightly differently, it's not going to be on Sunday. It's still going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's still going to be on the Podshock Live TalkShoe page 23358. But it's going to be on Saturday the 18th of June, not Sunday. As I just mentioned, in respect of that Doctor Who, it will be Father's Day, both here in the UK and in America. So he wants to keep clear of the Sunday. So Saturday, the 18th of June, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a review of the first part of the Doctor Who series, those 7 episodes that have aired recently. Okay, the Content Collective, of course, do our show live every week anyway, and we will be sticking to our Sunday timetable. That's Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on our TalkShoe ID 54821. Now, indeed, we have come to the end of the last of the Doctor Who ones, A Good Man Goes to War, and that has gone up. And we did last Sunday, because we didn't have the 1 week break, we did our episode 103, which is Getting into Classic Who. And but we're now going to take a break from Doctor Who for a while, although indeed we may still have a chance of doing a sort of studio episode where we talk about this latest 7 episodes of Doctor Who, but nothing has been arranged yet. Anyway, we put up on Wednesday of this week another one of our commentaries. And again, we moved away from Doctor Who because Sherlock is coming back to our UK screens. That will be series 2 of Sherlock. So Ian, Mike and myself started to do the commentaries on the first of the 3 episodes of Sherlock that were aired just over a year ago. So we did Sherlock, A Study in Pink, and that is now up on the feeds. It's up on zarban.com, and of course it's available on iTunes on the Cult and Collective page. Now, the next 3 Sundays on our live show, we're going to be moving away, as I said, from Doctor Who. So this coming Sunday, the 19th, we're doing Space Empires and Space Operas. And then the following week, we'll be doing Immortality. And then 2 weeks after that, we will be doing From the Mind of Alfred Hitchcock. So remember, of course, the Cult and Collective, we do about all sorts of cult TV, science fiction, fantasy, and so on. And I hope you will still join us, even if you've previously joined us, mainly as being a Doctor Who fan. So that's that. Right, let's give some other bits of news. Well, from the Doctor Who world, Bernard Cribbins has been given an OBE in the Queen's Birthday Honours List, so very pleased. 82 years, but he's been given a lifetime OBE, and well deserved, I think, is too. And I've got one more piece of information, and this comes from the DoctorWhoNews.net page, and it's about Torchwood. Finally, we've got the date when Torch will first air. This is the Space Channel. I think it's a Canadian channel, actually, and it has said that Torchwood will air on Saturday the 9th of July at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So that is the first episode of the 10-part story, Torchwood Miracle Day. So hopefully that will arrive at various places after that, but that's the first screening. And in actual fact, I think at a Comic-Con event, the one in San Diego, they may actually be showing a screening. Oh, it says here that's going to be showing a screening of the 3rd episode, Dead of Night, from the Torchwood, and that will be on the 22nd of July, of course, this year. Okay, let me just very quickly look at my notes. There's been a few tech updates. iTunes is now up to version 10.3.1, 65 megabyte update as per usual. There's been an awfully big Windows security update this last week. For Windows 7, I had 17 updates, I think, on my system. So that was obviously a big update for that. And just a little aside from me, now that tennis actually starts again here in the UK for Wimbledon on Monday, but at the moment it's the US Golf Open that unfortunately I can't get to see here in the UK. I don't have a channel that shows that. I'm just catching it up on the BBC website. All I know is that the young Rory McIlroy, the young Irish golfer, is out in the lead by about 6 strokes at the end of round 2. So I am following that. Well, there we are. That's me talking for just under 9 minutes. I've got some posh music, and then we'll go to the posh wine. And one of the pieces of news that I heard about the show Desert Island Disc, the radio show, is that one of the most popular pieces of classical music is this, and it's Elgar's Cello Concerto. But not only this piece of music, this particular recording of it by Jacqueline Dupre, and of course Daniel Barenboim, who I think was her husband at the time, is the conductor. And I've got it set on the 3rd movement of a 4-movement piece, and this is the Diageo. And hopefully we can hear a little bit of this classic CD. Hope you're hearing that. beautiful music. I'm hoping this is coming across. I can't tell you the price of this, but I'm sure it's been reissued. I've had it for quite a long time, but really is excellent. And I'm going to stop it there. So that's Jacqueline Dupree, unfortunately tragically died quite young, with her then husband Daniel Barenboim conducting. He started out, well, he is a pianist, but he went from being a pianist mainly to now being mainly considered to be a conductor. Okay, let's go to the wine. And it is a bit posh because it says Grand Vin de Bordeaux. And look at that. Oh, he's a clever man. David's a clever man. What's the wine called? Chateau Le Prix du Moine. Well, it's almost Jacqueline Dupree, isn't it? Le Prix du Moine, Bordeaux, 2009. Obviously, French wine. I'm going to see if we can get in there. Freeze frame. Mainly made with the Merlot grape, and we've got it all poured out and waiting and ready. And we've got, it's a slightly more red berry fruit. I mustn't splash my keyboard, must I? Actually, I would have expected more aromas from a French Vin de Bordeaux, but I'm just getting a slight sort of red berry fruit. Now that's got a slight tart edge on it. It's got like that sort of red cherry, not red cherry, no, it's more red. Well, red berry, but it's not the forest fruits one. It's just got that very sharp edge to it. And it's got quite a nice finish to it. There's not an awful lot of oak on that. Soft, rounded, succulent red berry fruit. Well, we'll get into red berry fruit. Mingle with hints of spice in this predominantly Merlot-based wine. Enjoying its own or with roast meats, especially with new seasoned lamb. Well, actually, this again is one of these wines with that sort of slight tart edge. It's getting your juice buds going, and I think actually this really is something to be enjoyed with food. I think that with a nice, as it says, a nice young tender lamb Sunday dinner, that would actually be more enjoyable. But it hasn't been open long. I think it will open out. It was, I think, £6 UK. I think it was reduced from £8 to £6. So that's what, $9 reduced from $12. And I honestly can't remember whether I bought it from Asda or Tesco, because I've had it in stock for some time. But anyway, one final sip and then we'll end the show early. Yeah, that definitely is a wine to have with food. Although I shall let it warm up a little bit more and no doubt enjoy the rest of it later this evening. So with that, that's daveac vblog 152. Catch you next week, and remember, I'll have the DVD Planet of the Spiders, John Pertwee's last story as the Third Doctor. Bye all, thanks for watching.